Viewers all over the world, we welcome you to yet another question and answer series. And with us here is our father, Senior Apostle Chikwasa. Sir, you are welcome today.
Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Yes, we have some questions that have been asked, and today, by the grace of God, our father is willing to answer them. These are one of the most crucial questions, especially in this end time or period of times. Our first question is, I have a question. How do you identify a true prophet and a false prophet? And to further this question, we may open our Bible on Matthew 24, verses 11. The Bible says, "And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people." That's Matthew 24, verses 11. And again, Matthew 24, verses 24. "For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive many, if possible, even the elect." Who are the elect? How do you identify a true prophet and a false prophet?
You know, it's a very important question, especially the time that we're in. This time, these are the end time. If you look at the book of Matthew, you know, if you read all of it, in those last chapters of 24, it talks about whereby Jesus talking about people being getting prepared for the time like this one. You know, and I want to say that's a good question. You know, because if you look at right now, why are we saying false prophets? If you look around in the world right now, if you look at the time that some of us were born again, and the time that we're in now, I haven't seen such influx of the people who call themselves prophets.
Yes.
The number has increased. Reason. You hardly find an apostle and a pastor. These days, the apostle and a pastor is a small title. Everyone wants to be a prophet. So for us to understand that who the true prophet, I want to say myself, I'm not against prophets. I'm not against against the prophetical ministry. There are some prophets that I also appreciate. You know, then there are also a prophet that I celebrate. Actually, I was also privileged one time in my lifetime. You know, I will sit with one of the great prophets in one boat. You know, in a boat cruise. I think we were three of us. There's a white man, myself, and the prophet. That prophet. I was privileged, and you look at a known name like me sitting with one of the great prophets. Right? What do you learn from there? I'm not trying to build, or exalt this prophet. I'm just talking about humility, which I'm going to talk about even in this question answer. Humility. Yes.
So, can a false prophet's prophecy come to pass, or a false prophet's prophecy does not come to pass? How do I know that this is a true prophecy or a false prophet?
Okay, we're talking about how do I know? How can one know that it is a true prophet? This is a what? A false prophet. Does he prophesy that it will come to pass or not? When talking about a true and a false prophet, one that is going to discover about a true prophet, if you read in the Bible, different scriptures, there is what we call the fulfillment of what? Of prophecy. There's what we call what?
Fulfillment of prophecy.
Of prophecy. Right? And also, the Bible talks about it, you shall know them with their fruits.
Yes.
Not with the prophesying. Because the prophecy is not a fruit. You shall know them with their fruits. So one can prophesy that which will come to pass. Right? But the fruits is very important. Right? And also, the fruits also determines the spirit behind the man. Because even in the kingdom of darkness, there are also seers.
Yes.
People who can see, who can tell you what will happen tomorrow.
Fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers, yes. They can also tell you. Right? They can tell you what you have eaten. They can tell you what you did 2 days ago.
Yes.
But you can't call them their prophets. They can tell what will happen with a different spirit. We also have that example in the Bible, in the book of Acts. The man that deceived the whole Samaria. Right?
Yes.
But when the Spirit of God came on the day of Pentecost, when Paul began to preach about the Holy Ghost, people getting saved, receiving the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
The same men came to Paul
Yes.
and said, "What can I do? Right? That I can do what you guys are doing." That was the difference.
Oh yes. Yes.
So that's what it means. The other thing also, before I forget, normally when a prophet is given with somebody with the Spirit of God, it carries deliverance.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It carries what?
Deliverance.
Deliverance. Just to come to pass. But today, people, what do? We are told nice, which are nice in our ears,
Yes.
sugar-coated words
please the man.
to please people, right?
Yes.
Then after that, after 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, nothing happens. But the prophecy was good in your ears. So what's important is that prophecy does it come to pass.
That's true. Thank you, sir. In my own understanding, as our Father is explaining to us, by their fruits they shall be known. Thank you for that one, sir. Meaning, a man with the fruits can be known as of Christ or not. We cannot judge a prophet by the gift, but by the fruit. Our other question, sir, is all about what is going on today about churches. I wrote this question down. It says, sir, the other major question being in this pandemic or lockdown, where the churches are closing down, and also where they are told that maximum number must not exceed 50. How do servants of God deal with such? Is this the end of the church?
Okay, this quick question, just to help the servants of God outside there, and also some Christians, you need to understand that in this season, right, when God calls servants of God, right, He calls them for a different purpose. It's a challenge. That's where you're going to be tested, whether you are really called or not called. Right? As a servant of God, or as a prophet I'm talking about. If you're a prophet that you are in need the cheering of people, of members, right? The game has changed. Right? If you're the prophet that you package yourself with the technology of today, that will test it also. Is the genuine calling. Right?
Yes.
If you don't become a prophet on the television first, or you don't become a man of God on the television first,
It's true.
or before the people first, right? The calling is done indoors, right? That assurance, it will propel you into the people's lives. When the people that are no more there, nothing should be taken away from you.
Oh, yeah.
It should remain like that. Right?
Yes.
And also on that same question that you are asking, it also reminds me of I want to answer also about the prophet. If you read for us, is it in Prophet Hannah?
Luke 2 verses 26. Luke 2 verses 26. And it had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he has seen the Lord. Luke 2 verses 26. it had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Messiah.
God, eh?
Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought the child to do for him what the custom of the law required, Simeon took in his arms and praised God, saying, "Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations."
Okay, if you look at it there, Hannah, you don't hear much about Prophet Hannah. Right? Let me just give you you can read for yourself, a small background for where she's coming from. 7 years, she was married for 7 years, then he lost the husband, she became a widow. Right? And then she lived, the Bible says, day in, day out, until she was 84 years old. She would go into the temple and pray. Unbroken. And then his purpose, that woman, it was to unveil the coming of Jesus Christ. She waited and she was so graced by God that what she prophesied, it came to pass in her eyes. It came to pass in her eyes. She waited until that was fulfilled. That says, my eyes have seen the child.
Yes.
Right? What do we learn from there also? You know, I would say grace is not measured in numbers. Why are we talking about that? There is a way, there is a purpose that God can call in a servant of God. If that purpose is fulfilled, his job is done. So in the time like this, right, for every servant of God, just know that what is my purpose? When the crowd is no more there, because we don't know, this could be a new normal, whereby church will be done in a different way for life. You know? And then you need to know that, when that happens, your calling, just be work along according to your calling. Right? Do what you cannot do, what you can do in the absence of congregation. That will be encouraged. With what is there. If your calling came first, it will should die because people are no more there. Yes. Like as servants of God, you don't come and go unless God says this is the end of it.
That's true.
You know? So not the situation should stop us from serving God. Right? And also the purpose, when I talk about that is not about the numbers. Right? Grace or call it judged by the numbers. It reminds me also of the story about Stephen. Sorry, who became a great preacher. Yes. When he became blind, God instructed him to go to see a man called Ananias. And the ministry of Ananias was to open his eyes. God didn't direct him to people who were already dead. Great apostles, Peter, James, no. He said, there's a man called Ananias, behold, he's praying. He stays in the street called Straight. Go there and get your restoration of eyes. And don't hear more about Ananias anymore. His mission as a servant of God was to open eyes for a great man called Paul. So that's what we're going to learn about. The grace, right, is according to what the assignment of God is given unto you. And be comfortable in your assignment. You know, in the absence of cheering, in the absence of people smiling at you, or saying, Pastor, this is a great message, continue doing the work of God.
Amen. Thank you so much, sir. This was a great answer. I know this has been some questions that have been in the heart of many.
Okay, it reminds me also, right? I think you have also asked the question like, what is the difference between prophesying and the prophet?
Prophesying and the prophet.
Yes. Because that will also answer to answer also the question who is a true prophet. Right?
Yes.
If you look at the Acts chapter 19, verse 6, the Bible says after when Paul laid his hands on the 12 who were there. Let me get it for us.
Acts chapter 19, verses 6. When Paul placed his hands on them, the Holy Spirit came upon them. They spoke in tongues and prophesied.
Can you see? Can you say these ones are they prophets?
No.
They spoke in tongues and prophesied. Today, if somebody speaks in tongues, today if somebody, he just sees small, already the title prophet. Right? But when it comes about a prophet, a prophet of God, it's an office. When office, you go with it 24/7.
Yes.
You sleep with it, you walk with it, you eat with it. And then also there are different levels of what? Of prophets according to their assignment. That's why you find one time God said when I was rebuking Moses and who? The Aaron. He said to Moses, we talk face to face. But to you guys, right, to Aaron and Miriam,